Greetings, children of the screen. Your friendly neighborhood, depressed, not quite intoxicated nerd scum here. And today we're going to be talking about the further clusterfuck of this Stanley accusation stuff. So let's jump into that. Oh, goody. Okay, guys, here we go. Alright, so I don't like making these kinds of videos, but, there's so many of these things going on, I feel like it's important to address it, and, I just was feeling weird about it, so I felt like I needed to get my point of view out there, even if nobody really wants to hear it. So here goes. I just did another video where I rambled on for 30 minutes, so I'm going to try to make this a little bit more succinct as we go into this here. So first off, today it was announced through ABC, a very respectable news source, that Stanley, because of the allegations against him for sexual assault, he was supposed to drop the puck at the Arizona Coyotes hockey game, and that's been canceled due to the allegations. And there have also been updates on the allegations against Stanley, which I'm going to go into now, but beforehand I want to once again preface this by saying that I am not saying specifically that anyone in the situation is lying. I'm not saying that Stanley is innocent or guilty. I have no actual, opinion on the scenario in of itself. This is all about my reaction to the things around it, and so on and so forth. So yeah, let's get into this, okay? So, first off, today it came out that Alan Duke is the person who is leading this pursuit of justice. He's the one leading it. He's the one who's come forward with most of this information. He's now narrowed it down from, several, maybe a couple of dozen women who were nurses for Stanley who were sexually assaulted to 6. And again, I do want to reiterate that, while he says these accusations and claims have been made, they've been made to him and not to the police. But they have sent letters to Stanley's lawyers trying to get money out of him, which is what resulted in us finding actually out about this, was whenever his lawyers then filed charges against the people saying, defamatory things against Stanley. That's when it came to light. It wasn't whenever Stanley was being accused of it, it was him reacting to being accused of it. Because they didn't want him to go to jail. They wanted money. So on top of all this, it's also come out now that Stanley, at a con of some kind, tried to force a masseuse to jerk him off, and then whenever she wouldn't, he masturbated and forced her to watch him. Then there's another report from another woman who actually just says that Stanley and one of his employees, who's not named, which again, funny that the person who doesn't have a buttload of money isn't named in all of this, that they physically raped her while Stanley laughed. And then furthermore, there is, there's another one. Oh yeah, there's a professional, a comics pro, who claims that his wife was groped and, tongue Frenched right in front of him by Stanley. And again, I'm not saying that these things didn't happen, but what I am saying is we don't actually even know that the people who are said to have said them exist, because no one's gone public. And again, Alan Duke has said that there are tons of more people who have hard evidence, and now that maybe that public opinion is on their side, they might be willing to go to the police. So what he just said is, there's not enough evidence for anyone to go to the police, but now that enough people just assume Stanley is guilty, maybe they'll go to the police. Which is the thing that I really want to focus in on here, because there's another fact that, in every article I read about this, how rich Stanley is, or how much money he has, is always mentioned. But what's not mentioned is, right around the time that these allegations started coming out, was right around the time that Black Panther hit, the highest pre-sales of any Marvel movie to date. And that seems to follow the trend of, the accusations against Ben Affleck coming out right before Justice League, and the accusation against Max Landis coming out right before Bright. It seems like these people who have apparently years and years of history of doing horrible things, it somehow seems that the news breaks right around the time they have a big project coming out, And it seems also that a lot of times the people accusing them, they don't really go to the police. As much as they talk about justice, it seems like what they really want is this. So in that case, as much as like I don't want to call anyone a liar, if you're a victim and you want justice, but you take a payday from a man, that means that that man just paid you for sex. So does that make you a victim? Or does that make you... No, it's not for me to say. It's not my place. It's inappropriate. I'm glad I didn't say it, right? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Those are just my general thoughts about this. I'm going to link a couple of the articles down below so you can check them out, or just Google it. You'll find something. If you like this video, please leave a like, share it with some friends. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe so you can, unfortunately, get updates on this unfortunate story and all the other cool stuff I'll have coming out. Thank you very much. Nerd Scum.